In case you didn't know, this is made out of skateboards.
The whole thing.
Custom made. Here, you come sit in your
Wait,
chair.
who made this?
That would be me. Let me show you how it was built.
Andrew is this artist I met who makes all kinds of cool furniture pieces. He custom made it for you with the specs that we gave him so that it would fit your space perfectly.
After about 12 hours of gluing strips to plywood, today is the day. We're going down to the community wood shop. We're going to use their big tools and we're going to see if everything is lined up. We'll see what happens there. So fingers crossed this goes smoothly. I got to the community wood shop and the machine that I needed to flatten all of these pieces was not calibrated properly. So Bob had to take him some time and he said it would take him 10 minutes and we waited around and then it ended up taking him days. And actually to this point, it still isn't calibrated. So I had to go back to the wood shop, pick up the stuff that I left, drive around to random wood shops, and I found a cabinet shop on Saturday. They had a big old planer that was like 100 years old and I was able to run it through and smooth it out. Then I went back to the wood shop yesterday, did a bunch of cuts and did some gnarly stuff, got some crazy kickback, the saw stop activated, just an insane experience there. But we got home and here we are. Now we got to finish some of the miter cuts that didn't work on the table saw. So let's get after it. We are about to do one of two of the most important cuts of the whole project. It's this miter cut. Based on how this cut happens, that will dictate how the two pieces line up. We've done calculation after calculation and used every measuring tool that we have to hopefully get this perfectly right. I just spent about the last 2 hours setting up this fence so we could run the circular saw and make this cut. This is very nerve-wracking. I get one chance to get a nice smooth cut. Not only is it so that the desk can line up properly. What was that? I'm not sure, we hit a hiccup right here, so I'm gonna try it again, just cutting off one saw blade's width worth, see if we can get a nice smooth cut. I don't get it. All right, that's as good as we're gonna get it. Okay, fit test one. Let's see how this goes. I don't love this gap. After doing that little router maneuver, test number 2 proves to be much more successful. We are all glued up. The glue is still drying on this side, but everything else is good. Now for the insides, I want it as big of a round over as possible because when you have your arm on there for typing, you don't want to point digging into your forearm. Oh yeah, buddy. All of the zip clips, I think they're called, or dog bone clips, clamps, are in place. Now we're going to install our little wireless charger. This goes under the desk. It can be no farther away than 20 millimeters and no closer than 5 millimeters. Oh yeah! Boom, baby. Perfect, kind of. Legs are all on and it is standing on its own. I had a slight panic attack there for a second. Thought I built it reverse. So we put this perpendicular to the joint to give it maximal support. And yeah, everything looks pretty cool. So I've kind of left for the end this little computer shelf where the computer case is gonna go. The original design was a fully enclosed with a door, but I talked him into just a shelf and I debated even doing that, but we're gonna do it. I have an idea. Shelf and posts are installed. Let's do a weight test now. I think the computer looked it up, weighs about 40 pounds. So let's exceed that and see what happens. Okay, so far, so good. Let's check the integrity of our screws. Looks good. Looks good. I would say that's a win. I think it's pretty cool. A little kiss of color with a skateboard strip, and we got a computer shelf. It's a cool feature. Well, here we are, Sunday, June 16th, 9:55 a.m., and it is delivery day for our skate desk made of 69 recycled skateboards. Let's go drop this thing off. Move-in day, baby. We got everything installed. Here's our skateboard rack on the wall, nice and level and even. And there's our desk. What do we think? Looks pretty cool in the space with the slat wall and all the other natural wood adornments. I would say that is a project well projected. The episode aired. It was super cool. Everyone loved the desk. The interesting thing is they didn't show the rack that I built. This thing also has skateboard strips on it and was a cool part of the build. They didn't even mention it in the episode. It's all right. Also, the wireless charger they didn't mention. That was a fun little bit of thing. The computer desk was a pretty triumphant. Overall, it was an amazing experience. 10 out of 10. Would highly recommend going on TV if you can build a skate desk.